Now let's stick with the banking sector. The I&M Bank, one of the largest lending institutions in Kenya with operations across the East African markets, including Rwanda. The full year earnings of the NSE-listed bank was released last week, and this is an excerpt from the facts behind the figures held by the CEO, Kihara Mina.
Different markets, with our home market here in Kenya. Over 560,000 customers. That's an interesting new metric. You'll hear a bit more about it later. And now a network extending to 93 branches, 132 ATMs, over 4,600 shareholders, and over 2,800 staff. I'll just quickly go through the operating context that we had over the plan period that we have just closed in 2023, which is our Imara 2.0 strategy cycle, and in particular for 2023. So we started our Imara 2.0 strategy cycle back in 2021. And for those of you who recall, this was when we had just cleared about a year of COVID. And obviously, we're dealing with quite a number of challenges, economic downturns, countries closing down, all of this leading to other challenges that we had on the supply side, for example. We also had geopolitical tensions that were affecting the markets around that time, and we saw depreciating currencies, which were forcing our economies to readjust. And that led to, of course, tighter monetary and fiscal policies. The important thing for us to note is that we were able to prevail through this period, and we feel managed to leverage on the tailwinds that we saw and also seize the opportunities that presented themselves. And our focus really has been on customer centricity, which has continued to lead us to be innovative and to focus on providing solutions for our customers, and particularly to help cushion them through those tough times in line with our brand promise. So if we look at how we did in that strategy cycle, let's take a bit of stock of that period. Just to recap, as you will see on the slide over there, our aspiration is to be Eastern Africa's leading financial partner for growth. We had in the Imara 2.0 strategy cycle 3 key pillars, focusing on business growth, resilience, and optimizing the operating model. And if we look at the period of that journey, it's actually started back in 2016, but this was the second cycle that we were going through. What Imara 2.0 helped us do is really set the foundation towards being a diversified banking group. So what kind of successes did we see? We saw our customer numbers more than double over that period of time. So 250,000 customers through to now. In 2023, we ended with 560,000 customers across the group. We enhanced our customer experience, which led to the Net Promoter Score, which is the metric that we track for how we are perceived by our customers, moving from 34% to 71%. In terms of the number of customers and really showcasing the investments that we made in digital, we moved from less than 50% digitally active customers to, by the end of 2023, 78% of our customers operating digitally. In terms of the business written, we saw growth in terms of new business to the group, move from about 10% to 22% in 2023. If we look at the contribution from our subsidiaries, and granted in 2020 we had a bit of an underperformance in one of our subsidiaries. That, however, moved from 5% to 24%. And prior to that, we used to see about 13% in terms of the contribution, and that rising to 24% is very good. So if we consider how we have achieved that success, we have focused really on customer centricity, And you will see that in terms of geographical expansion, over that period is when we closed on our presence in Uganda. It's also the time that we saw branches being opened right across our different markets, and you've seen that also here in Kenya.